So we got Brent from Canon here, and this is something that we've been working on for probably a year. Let me just show them what we're doing here.
Making a Betacam.
We made a Betacam. Look at that. About the same length. Everything's the same. To me, this is a news, sports, docu, ENG, reality show shooter rig. And everybody who knows what this is knows that they're the customer for it, if they get it.
They'll recognize it.
Yeah, they're going to recognize it.
Well, no doubt about it. And Super 35 format has basically taken over in a lot of areas where it wasn't before. Like sports production comes to mind, concerts, even conventions and back-scene interviews. I mean, everyone wants that soft, beautiful bokeh that a lens like this can give them.
Yeah.
They want to be able to control the depth of field. They want to have a lot of dynamic range. This is the step up that you're getting with a rig like this and with a camera package that includes these two items. We think the C300 Mark II is a really versatile camera. We think it's really unique. And it works very well in its compact form with the EF lenses that you put on it. But to make it a serious ENG style camera, we really got to add the Cine Servo 17120 on it.
This lens is an amazing lens. We actually bought one. We like it so much. But now that these sensors are bigger than 2/3, the glass is much bigger in diameter, and consequently these lenses are probably twice the weight of what an ENG lens is.
Well, you saw the Betacam you held up before. That was a little less than 2-pound lens probably, maybe?
Right.
You know?
So now the problem's even more exacerbated because you got 6 pounds here, 6 pounds here, and nothing in the back.
So it just made sense to kind of build this off the back. Plus you need a place to mount things and put your batteries and other things anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, here you got a lot of stuff cooking. So really what you got is you got to have an optical viewfinder. So you got a gradical, so now you got your optical system where it needs to be, and this is a perfectly balanced rig. You got a wonderful handle here where it has your locking cold shoes, which is our own proprietary way we do that, so that we can lock your AV unit in, although we're mounting your AV unit back here.
Using the same technology though on the back.
Yeah.
Where it clamps the thing so you don't have to use the tie down.
Right, and it's rock solid. But you have all the advantages of our handle. We have a new helmet that we designed for the C300 Mark II, but you could do the same thing with the C300. It would work in this exact same configuration. It would just use its helmet. One thing that you did that was really nice, Jens, is that you put these two holes on here so that you can now move their actual mic holder to our helmet and get the mic out front where you need it. And you have a little mic jack right here, which I really like. So now you're not tying up your two audio ports back here.
I love this part of the package right here. I think the top panel really tricks it out, makes it something very versatile, very easy to pick up. It's totally adjustable. But this is really the star of this unit. Ever since this Cinema EOS system was announced several years ago, we've been looking for a proper EVF, and it's nice to finally see one. This gradical is really meeting our needs, especially with this package, and it just fits and conforms so nicely. There's like several adjustments that can perfectly get it to your eye, keep it straight, don't put you in an awkward operating position.
Well, the other thing that's nice is in the Betacam days, we used to have the ones that we liked, the 600, had a big long handle on it. So you could grab the handle in various places to balance it.
Depending on how much battery weight you had.
Exactly.
So if you only had one, you'd grab it farther. It's just balance.
Now it's not an issue. We can have a small handle because you've got this section of rail here where you can have the handle go either in this direction or in this direction, and you're not holding these cameras tip forward or back. Another feature that people are going to love about this, especially docu and news shooters, is you can set it flat on the ground. It fits into a VCT plate, which we're all comfortable with, and you can throw it in the trunk of your car. It's pretty solid, and it'll kind of roll around evenly, which is what we're used to,
yeah.
Or in the back seat. And as you saw, it's the exact same size as a traditional Beta, so you can stick it in a porta brace bag and throw it in the overhead.
Oh wow, yeah, your old porta brace will work again now.
That's how we do it, man, remember?
That's right.
Yeah. All right, let's move back, and Jens is going to explain what we got going on back there.
What you see right here is what we call a cheese box, and that's actually what's housing a little bit of the counterbalance, but it also gives you the ability, as you can see, it's like a cheese plate, to mount all kinds of things to it. I have a lot of these Cord 20 cable tie kind of holders screwed into various places so you can manage your cables nicely. We have our wireless plates screwed into the side.
One of these could be a transmitter, two could be wirelesses.
An audio recorder even, could be
anything. And you have this big pocketed room out here where we have these two Velcro plates, and you can stick things on either side of those Velcro plates.
I like to shove a lot of the cables in there too. It's a nice place to just get rid of all that.
Totally. You don't have that big nesting up there.
It's important to keep whatever you're adding, the weight low too, because a lot of rigs and other brands and stuff, they start piling stuff on top, and then a top-heavy rig is just death for your horizon.
Yeah.
I like these Velcro plates, and I like the fact that they're easily detachable, so it gives you good access to the CFast cards. You can get in the back of the camera pretty simply. And like you say, you don't always need these items, but
Yeah.
it's a perfect solution.
Or you don't need to run with both of them. You can have
No.
one side open, the side
Yeah.
that's by your face. And also this, this is just on rear rods here, so it can slide back. You can get to your cards or a battery
All of
change and
this
slide it
moves.
back in.
That was the idea behind it, that all of it moves. You just go slide it back, put the cards in, slide it back in. The cheese box has 3 different size weights in it, and you can remove them. I mean, when we were showing it at IBC, we only had one of the weights in there. We're kind of used to being slightly front heavy with an ENG rig, not a lot. You can do that, or you can have no weights if you want it to be a little more front heavy. Or you could slide this cheese box back further and have the rig a little longer and have it a little lighter. So you have all the versatility to change it to your needs.
You guys haven't talked about this piece that's supporting the lens up here, but it's really a beautiful design, nicely tricked out, and offers support without having rods attached. How did you come up with that design?
That's all him, man.
That was
his
just it.
deal.
We were asked to do it rodless, to be more ENG-like, and not to have all those extra parts. And so, yeah, we built it into the top sliding plate here. It acts as the attachment for the camera as well as to the lens. So now if you do slide the whole camera, the lens support goes with it. It's all one
Look at
piece.
that.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
the coolest feature of all, is that it moves
Yep.
with the camera as you balance the camera. I mean, this is pure genius.
And it
on
just kind of
Jens's part.
swings away, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not to say that you can't put rods on this camera. You can put rods on this camera if you want to have a matte box. Some people are kind of matte box crazy these days. I mean, it's not ENG-ish, but
Although this has the capability, doesn't it, to have a polarizer around in there?
of course it does.
And,
It's a
It's
real
got a
lens,
112
Yeah, I mean,
screw
I
in.
personally, I don't want to add any more bulk and weight to the front. So, that's just
Yeah.
me. But this is more ENG style anyway.
Put a
But you
round
could,
pole in there and call it a day.
I mean, now that you're mentioning it, you could also attach rosettes here as well.
And
to,
have a hand grip, exactly.
So there's expandability.
So, in the last generation of ENG lenses, when we were shooting with the Betacams, they started to come out with these sort of programmable zooms, which were really cool.
Oh yeah. So you can actually go and program the speed of the zoom from like a half a second to 300 seconds. It's a very functional. You can assign it to different users. So one guy could come in and go, user 1, I'm up. Let me put my moves in there. Plus it has those. It has this, the serial port connectors underneath, which allow it to be remote to a broadcast style rig, and you can also run a virtual port out if you were including it in, say, a football game and you need to get the yellow line on the field or something like that. You can add virtual advertising and such through this center port.
That's cool.
Yeah. Another good thing that's coming out at the same time this package is released is these two units, really work well together. And in the past, the C300, you couldn't trigger record with the 17 to 120. You'd have to reach beside your head and do it, right? So with the C300 Mark II, we finally got it so the rec switch works on the hand grip. It seems like a minor thing, but you know how aggravating it is not to have it. Another firmware item we've got working with the C300 Mark II is that you can now control the focus, iris, and zoom remotely if you hook up the Canon RCV 100, and you can run that several hundred feet away. We're working on connectivity with fiber optics where you'll be able to run that out several thousand feet. But because you have this lens attached, you're going to be able to control it from a truck or a control room. As you know, we frequently update these cameras, try to get them more functional. The lens, for instance, we want to get the focus guide in there. Right? It won't be on its release, but I've been told, great assurance, that they're working on getting the focus guide from the focus assist functions to show up with the 17 to 120. So now with the C300 Mark II and the lens together, you're able to use peripheral illumination correction, which reduces the vignetting in the corners and makes for a evenness across the full image. Another item that I want to bring up is that if you've already owned this lens and you want to get the firmware included now to turn on basically the record function in the hand grip, that's going to be done for free. You just need to get in touch with an authorized dealer or Canon and they can hook you up. A lot of people have been asking us, though, why are we doing this package? Why would we even do this? The lens sells very well on its own. The camera has been very successful on the launch. And it's really to show our appreciation back to the customer, to those who want to maximize that quality by buying both at the same time. Here's the incredible thing. We're going to bundle your rig with the lens, with the camera for $48,000.
So just so people get it,
Yeah.
everything to turn this into a total ENG rig, you get that for free.
Well,
You're going to pay us, but they're getting it for free.
well, it actually works out to be, if you just buy this package, this bundle,
Yeah.
you're only paying about $500 to $700 more. I haven't really added up the complete math for your complete rig.
The Recoil alone
Which-
is $3,100.
Well, I'm hearing it's about $5,000. It's basically we're throwing the rig in. And so this is to show our appreciation to our customers, and I thought they were crazy to do it, but
Then they
I'm
don't.
glad they're doing
Then
it.
they don't have to Franken-rig it and try to figure out what we spent some time on.
Yeah, we spent a long time trying to get this right. I mean, other people who've been trying to build ENG rigs know that typically what they end up having is the thing is 3 feet long. They have hand grips down here. They go, they zoom, they do their thing because it's too tight here, too far back.
Yeah.
They hit go, then they go hands down here. It's a nightmare, man. The thing
Yeah.
is,
And you're not utilizing the lens like it was designed that way.
Steve, I've been around the Cinema EOS system since it was launched back in 2011, 2012, right? And one of the most frustrating moments has been watching people put together handheld rigs. We've never had a proper viewfinder, right? We've never had a system of parts that fit together cleanly and keep a firm contact. No one likes to pick up a camera and start wiggling in your hands, and then you have to adjust it on every shot. And this has been really hard as a DP from my own point of view to watch young filmmakers struggle with the selection process of parts and rigs. To me, this is what makes the most sense. Let's build a complete rig that is designed for a package and put it out there with a lot of confidence.
I mean, this is a one-man band shooter. I mean, like I said, the guys that know what this is, they're going to get it. So this was an exciting project, and we really thank Canon for the opportunity to work and collaborate on a system together. It's kind of the first time we've done it from the get-go. Usually we end up coming in when there's already a problem, and we got to do it from the get-go, and it was really a terrific experience. Thanks.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jens.